Hello, everybody. Welcome to the late night news. This is presented by Gokhshtein Media. I'm Ross Macdonald. With me, David Gokhshtein.
What up, what up, what up?
How's it going?
Good, man. Good. Tired, but we're trooping along, right?
Always. Busy is good, right? Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We got some good news. We got some bad news. We got some spicy news tonight, as usual. Been a lot of negative news lately, but
Always.
that's what people like, right?
Negative.
Some writers are like that. That's all they chase. Clickbait. When something's clickbait, we will identify it, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, look at when I do the breakdown from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. in the morning,
Mhm.
Monday through Thursdays, like every single article that we read out for crypto news, that time slot, like 90% of the stuff is negative. So it's like, you know, like CNN is in the game now reporting crypto and it's just like negative. Like, hi, we're negative. And like, again, I'm not on either side, but like, can we get some good stuff? Even some of the stuff that's coming out of our own industry is negative. So maybe it's the bottom now. I mean, with everybody coming out with negative news, maybe it's time for things to turn around.
Could be. Could be. Well, let's see the news. Let's check it out. Look at this. Russian caught mining crypto in COVID-19 clinic. This person did this for over a year, and they were in a COVID-19 hospital running Bitcoin miners. Well, maybe they were just trying to keep it warm in there.
Listen, you gotta respect.
It's like a
You
petri
gotta
dish.
respect that.
It's a petri dish of heat in there for COVID because of all the miners running, probably.
Man, poor people are freezing to death, and this guy's like got his rigs in there, like just taking all the juice, man.
And just
Oh my
fanning
God.
it around, just fanning the COVID samples all over the place.
Somebody's walking out with monkeypox.
I have to say, I give this guy props. Maybe he was like, I didn't know I couldn't use all this power. I wonder how much he had in there. I don't know if it says here. It says he caused damages that amounted over 400,000 rubles. So that's about 7,000, probably US.
Sounds like $7.
Yeah. Stolen electricity. A full year on stolen electricity causing damages. What kind of damages? What did he like put holes in the wall? I don't get it. Who wrote this? Like someone's grandmother?
I'm telling you, all these news articles that are coming out are just ridiculous.
You gotta take it with a grain of salt. I have people hit me up all the time like, did you hear? Did you hear the news? And I'm just like, shut up. I'm like, are you for real?
Exactly.
This is the time to be buying. Dollar cost averaging. Don't go crazy. Don't get a second mortgage. Put $20 into a thing and feel good about it. Pat yourself on the back.
People don't get it.
No. But you know what? This guy, he's mined Bitcoin for a year. And he's going to get charged or whatever it is. A year. What would he mine? If he had a lot of equipment there, $7,000 in electricity, he's probably done pretty well out of that.
Yeah, I'll pay the 7,000. I'm sure he got something good for it.
He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Here's the 7,000.
Do you think he
I'll
got
get
at
my
least one Bitcoin out of it?
I bet you he's pretty close to a Bitcoin. Yeah. That much power in a year? That's a pretty small setup. I would have to guess he had maybe like 10 or 15 ASICs or something like that. So
Yeah.
he did pretty well. I like that. That guy's
Good
cool.
for
I
you.
want to
Good
hang with
for
that guy.
Yeah, good for you. До свидания.
That's Vidalkia. Yeah, that's right. All right. Next, Bored Ape Yacht Club.
Don't show me this shit. Don't
All
show
time
me.
low. I mean, for this year.
I don't.
The glass
wanna
is
see
half
this.
full, my friend. You
I
don't
got
like this?
attacked. I'm getting attacked by the pudgy. What is it? Pudgy.
penguins.
Yeah, the whole community's attacking me for what I said.
Why?
Because I said that. Okay, so all right, let's talk about Bored Apes. I'll go right into it. But like, yeah, Bored Apes are down to 66.9. That it's like I said this morning. Like anything I get into, even if it's a sure bet, blue chip, greatest of all time project up until now, the Bored Apes. What
Mhm.
happens? It's all. If I wake up tomorrow and this is at 1 Ethereum, I'm not even shocked.
No.
I'm not even going to be shocked at all.
So I compare this. This is the blue chip NFT, in my opinion. How did you feel when Bitcoin was at 3,500 US?
I was bullish, so I was
Right.
thinking of ways how I can go ahead and get more Bitcoin. But this is the thing: Bitcoin is different from the aspect of, it is fixing a problem that we currently have globally. It's not just the United States; it's globally, right? So there's a mission statement. Whereas, yeah, I would say the Bored Apes, out of all the things that are out there, Bored Apes is probably the only project that has utility to it. And the utility for me is the ability to network with people. And that's what I stated on a tweet today about 2 hours before I went to work out. And as I'm working out, I'm getting ding, 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 like messages are going off. And I have people from the Pudgy Penguin or Pugly Penguin, whatever that shit's called. I have one, by the way. Okay. Whatever it's called, these penguins are attacking me. They're literally attack. First of all, I hate penguins. Okay, I'm a Ranger fan. I hate the Pittsburgh Penguins. Okay, hate them, despise them. Okay, so like automatically PTSD kicks in, and like y'all are attacking me because I said, who the hell would buy the penguin, the mirrored penguin? Okay, so rare trade, I get it, but they spent 400 ETH for it. I'm like, I would have took 400 ETH and invested it into land. I didn't say anything wrong. I said that's my personal opinion. I ain't tell nobody to go sell your shit. Keep it. Have fun with it. It's just like I would have took that money right now, got some land, made some rental. Whether I build a house or I just buy a house that's underappreciated, get rental. Rental income. That's it. Passive income.
That's some FOMO right there. That's some hardcore FOMO.
Look, why would somebody pay 400 ETH? Like that is really my question. I'm not.
There's got to be something coming down the pipe to be spending like that.
Listen, I'm taking 400 ETH and I'm buying a few apes. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm buying a few Bored Apes. That's me though.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with art. It just has. You know what? Actually, I would buy one punk and one Bored Ape.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe this 400 ETH Pudgy Penguin purchase. Well, that sounds good. The Pudgy Penguin purchase.
Look, you can't even say it. I can't say it either.
Maybe they know something that we don't. Maybe they talk to the devs and they're like, "Oh, I'm in. I'm buying this thing." So who knows? Wish them all the best, and we'll see what happens. Next, FTX's money isn't insured. The FDIC says they sent a letter, a cease and desist, to say that they had false and misleading statements. And FTX and Sam were basically like, no, where did we say that? We've never said that crypto is insured. No one's ever said that. I don't think in the planet. Maybe like some sort of scam would, but I've never heard that. The bank money on and off ramps.
I mean, we all know that it's not FDIC insured. I mean, like,
this is like when the Canadian government was telling crypto exchanges to lock up the truckers' Bitcoin in Ottawa, and the wallet services are like, it's non-custodial. Like, you guys need to go back to the board and do a little bit of education here.
For sure. Like again, negative news.
It's negative news, and uneducated people who want to flex their weight and throw around a cease and desist letter. And it's, to be honest, it's embarrassing. That's why I think organizations like this, organizations like the SEC, will disappear. That's my personal opinion.
And look at who actually put this out?
So The Verge put this out.
Okay. And there was plenty of other mainstream media outlets that put this out.
Yes.
And you guys want to tune into mainstream media to get your news? Like, okay, yes, we're Gokhshtein Media. We report the news within this entire space. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and push it out there. But there's a reason why. The news that we're going to give you is right down the middle. Go ahead and create your own narrative with it. But we're going to want to report accurate news. This right here, This is a hit piece.
Yeah. But they put up these tweets from this guy, Brett Harrison, and they were told to delete a tweet that said something about this, apparently. So it's interesting though, because you know what? I guarantee you, anyone that's investing in crypto that knows and reads this stuff knows that the money's not insured. Because guess what? Everyone who's educated in the industry doesn't give a rip whether something is insured, because the insurance is mathematics, cryptography. That is the insurance. So why would you go and pay some company to back up crypto funds? If you have it on exchange, you know what's at risk. You have it in a wallet with a private key, you know it's secure.
Yeah, I agree. I think, again, hit piece. Yeah. That's all I can say.
How do you feel about this one? Uniswap censors 253 crypto addresses blacklisted for crime sanction associations.
Well, I mean, I have my take on this. I mean, some people might say that I'm wrong for it, but I mean, if it's somebody that's really committing, breaking the law, I mean, there has to be there has to be a line here. I get that we're all about freedom. The crypto industry, the crypto space is all about freedom, right? Free markets, free everything. I get it. But there has to be a line. This is not a place, the revolution here is not to do things illegal, right? This is not hey, let's overturn the government. Let's go ahead and do things illegally. No. This is we're finally getting to own our own money. We have an opportunity here to build a new monetary system. These are the things that are happening. I mean, to now say, okay, it's okay for crime to happen. That goes against everything that, this is being built for. So it's a catch-22 here, a real catch-22, because you know what? Free market comes into play again. The two words, free market.
After Uniswap gets to a certain size, how can they not have some liability for this stuff? As soon as one of these wallets touches something that is illegal in a way which is super controversial, okay, if it's tied into drugs and weapons or whatever, but if this gets into money laundering and gets into anything else super questionable, they have to get involved. They don't have a choice, in my opinion. So if you don't want things to be censored, then don't put it on Uniswap in a liquidity pool.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in total agreement. I agree with them. I agree with what Uniswap did, and if they have to do more of this stuff, good. That's the whole purpose. When that congressman went ahead and made that statement and said, you know what, there's more money laundering that happens with the US dollar than there is in crypto. This is a perfect example of number one, obviously everything's on the blockchain, and two, look, we can go ahead and put these actions into play to stop shit like this from happening.
Interesting tweet here on the topic from this gentleman. Tour de Meester says that this is being built on top of extremely censorship vulnerable platforms. Just when you think you have something good, yeah, all it takes is someone to just shut your power off, shut your internet off. Who knows? That's it.
But look what happened. Look what happened with Tornado Cash. I mean,
yes.
Some people that I speak to say that it is a very useful service. And a lot of people said that they didn't use it for money laundering or to do any illegal activities. They just used it because it benefited them in whatever they were doing. But it was definitely not that. And now Tornado Cash is gone, essentially. And anybody receiving anything from Tornado Cash is now censored.
That's crazy. That's wild. So if a CBDC comes out, central bank currency, digital currency, and your wallet's tied to that, can you get blacklisted? No, you can't pay your taxes with that Bitcoin wallet address because we don't like you. That's scary.
So that's where the catch-22 comes in.
Yeah, exactly. Well, on to the next thing. So Samsung, Alphabet, and BlackRock are among the 40 top firms investing in blockchain and crypto. Is that surprising? They have the most money.
They've been in here. I mean, why is everybody acting surprised like they just came in? They are smarter than us. Like, how many times am I going to say this? Like, they are smarter than us. They have people that have probably come from this industry working for them to making sure that they are in the right position, that they know everything, that they know the next thing that's going to hit. They know what they're doing. Like, we are the goldfish, they are the sharks.
Hmm. Do you think 24 months ago that these same companies were investing, or do you think they were just watching or
I
testing?
think that watching.
I think they were watching. This ramped up very quickly. Like in the grand scheme of crypto in the last, 13 years, 14 years, everything has ramped up in the last 12 to 24 months exponentially. Before that, if you heard anything for news, you could report on it for weeks. Now it's hours and you're on to the next news.
For sure. That's 100%.
It's wild.
Well, listen, I don't like them. A lot of people love this because now they get the ability to, have their bags pumped.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for me, it's long term. So, like, I don't care less if they come in. I'm not saying that in a bad way. Well, I'm looking at BlackRock, so I don't like them. But like Samsung and Alphabet, like, I can see the Web 2 transferring to Web 3 kind of thing. They want to go ahead and be in our space. But BlackRock is here to go ahead and destroy shit. So, like, that to me is like, look, I know a lot of people are excited because they get their bags pumped.
Yeah.
But I'm more like, hey, we don't need that instant gratification. We can wait and delay it and watch everything play out.
I would assume before maybe the end of the year, if Bitcoin price pumps and BlackRock's got its hand in it, and then they decide, that's enough profit for us, we're going to sell, it'll tank it.
Yeah.
And they'll cause that overnight. That's the downside. That's the downside to it.
I will say, though, by the end of the year, I think Bitcoin stands at 60.
Yeah. Oh, I would say so. Hopefully, we'll see.
Not even hope. I'm not even hoping.
Depends on the economy.
It's, you know what? Give us some, I'm going to say, give this space some credit. We have been trending at about $1 trillion in total market cap.
Yeah.
With the economy the way it is, with supply chain, with everything. And we have been holding our own. Like, we have been holding, and then there is articles like this, and more people are coming in. Eventually, we're always bad in September. September is always a horrific month for cryptocurrency. But then when it starts nearing October, we start moving in the right direction. I do not believe this is crypto winter. I don't want to hear that. We're not here for the next 2 years suffering. I believe this is just, you know what? We needed to sweep up here, and we're going to continue on and start moving forward. That I really, truly believe that.
Yeah, there's too many companies building. That's true. So, last news of the night, banks, crypto lobby clash with lawmakers over federal digital dollar. So Attorney General Merrick Garland has until September 5th to determine what, if any, new laws are necessary for the Fed to move forward with a digital dollar. Who would have thought that this would be coming? When I read this, it's a little bit strange to me. Like, to keep seeing that the Federal Reserve is pushing so hard to build a digital dollar. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I know they can do it. It's just surprising, right?
I just, if they do a digital dollar, I would like to see them back it with Bitcoin. And now I know people will be like, what is he saying? But I would like to see that. We need to go back to, Nixon said we were temporarily suspending, the gold standard temporarily. And it turned into 40 or 50 years of this shit, right? I'd love to see like a restart where something is backing the digital dollar, to where it's not just something that comes out and just continues the old patterns of what we go through now here in the United States of America, where it's just, we're going to print and we're going to continue to print. Even though we say we're not printing, we're still printing.
That would be interesting if they did back it with Bitcoin. Obviously, the price would have quite an increase. I think you'd see more people mining Bitcoin. I think the difficulty rating will go through the roof. I think it would really, really mix things up. And unfortunately, what that would cause is people who have small mining rigs or older mining rigs that are sort of getting by right now, they would become obsolete, in my opinion.
Unfortunately, we had MySpace, and then now we have Facebook.
That's right.
You know, like everything evolves, man. We had Packard Bells, and now we have computers. This is your computer now. This is your computer. So
Yeah.
things evolve, and people need to evolve with it, or they get lost. And you know, I would feel bad, but it is what it is. I think that a digital dollar backed by Bitcoin would really make a strong case for this industry. And yeah, like I stand by that. I think it'll happen too. I think in the near future we might see it happen. I'm not talking about like right now or 2 years, but I think in 10 years, if Bitcoin can change its narrative from being less toxic to more educational, and here more, I'm not saying more loving and kumbaya sessions, but you know, you don't see that happen. You don't see this shit happening in Wall Street. You don't see people screaming at each other about whose thing is better. If we can go ahead and grow up and mature a little bit, I think Bitcoin will do phenomenal things.
Well, think about this. When the laws came through back a few months ago, well, maybe about 4 months ago, that said if banks want to work with cryptocurrencies and stablecoins, they have to back what they're touching digitally with US dollars. So if they have that mindset and they're going to create a digital dollar, they're probably going to back it with something. It might not be Bitcoin. They probably will back the digital dollar with the US dollar to try to empower it.
It's gonna be a mess.
It is going to be a mess. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to say, okay, we've got auditors and we're going to put all of these reports through, and we're going to have all kinds of caps on what can be released and what can't. And then they're going to be like, well, we lost all this money. Sorry. Just like the rest of the times when they lose money all the time. It's just that they deal with so much money that they end up losing it. And no one is held accountable. Nobody.
You know what's funny? I think I read, I don't know where I read it, but today I read something about the IRS said that we don't need all this $80 million that's being sent to us. And I was so confused. I was like, hold on. What? Like, you're getting $80 million. They're trying to get 87,000 people into, you know, the IRS to go ahead and, you know, get more people to attack, you know, the poor middle class that is hardly, you know, keeping alive here with all the prices and inflation. And now they're saying like, well, we don't need all this money. Like, you know, I'm so confused here, man. Honestly, I'm moving to Barbados or some shit.
Tax-free zone somewhere, eh?
Exactly. I don't mind paying taxes. It is what it is. Guys, listen, pay your taxes, man. Like, it is what it is, man. Like, stop the conversation. Yes. Do we want to pay taxes? No, but pay them. Like, it's the rule. Like, that's it.
Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. This is the Late Night News. I'm Ross Macdonald.
I'm David Gokhshtein.
And have a great night.
I don't have a cat.